Against Colorado, we played pretty well a lot of the game. We didn't do enough good things to win, and then against Utah, obviously we were in really good position, didn't finish it out. So it was a tough week. We've got a big week ahead this week, and up at Cal, and obviously playing Stanford on the road. But obviously our team was devastated after the game the other night. I haven't seen the guys since then, but we'll have a good practice today, a good practice tomorrow, and then head north. But we're all the same. When you compete and you play hard and you don't finish one out, it was disappointing.
How do you handle a loss like that? Do you kind of just try to let it go, or do you try to dissect everything that went wrong and talk about it, or how do you approach that?
Well, it's a good question. Decision we as a staff have got to make today. Number one, I don't think yes, I do think you analyze it very carefully as a staff. I think some things you convey to guys individually, and then obviously we'll convey some other things to guys collectively as a team. But we've been in this position some in the non-conference. We've been in this position some in conference play where some leads have gotten away, or maybe it's been a tie game. The next thing you know, we're down 10 or 12. So it's not the first time it's happened, but it's something we've kind of got to get a grip on and get control of.
You said you hadn't seen the guys since then, but how did you kind of process that loss after?
Well, it's not easy. It's not easy. I've been doing this a long time, and I've had some hard losses, but that was a hard one. Again, I said it after the game. It was very similar to what we did at Oregon. When you're down 17 as we were at Oregon, and you come back very quickly, it's very exhilarating for you, but it's very difficult for the team that loses. Same thing the other night. I mean, when we're up 17 late in the game, you just want to finish it out, and we just didn't. We missed free throws, we made some mistakes, and they fouled us a lot. We didn't convert on our free throws, and then defensively they scored 30 points the last 16 possessions of the game. So we didn't do enough good things late. But I'm smart enough to know as a coach, I was very down right after the game, and really very down the whole night. But there's just no time to sit around and whine about it. You've got to move to the next game. And so today's practice and tomorrow's practice are very important days for us.
How are the guys finding motivation at this point of the season? Has that been difficult? Have they been self-motivating? What have you thought about the guys' kind of demeanor amid all these kind of tough season that you guys have had?
I personally don't see anything negative. It's something you look at. It's again, we'll see what we get today. I haven't seen them yet today, but up until this point, I just love the spirit of them, the energy, the enthusiasm. All that's been great. I have not seen any lack of spirit or any guys getting down or not motivated. I think they see that the Pac-12 is wide open, and I think they really, as I do, I believe we can beat anybody we play. I'm also smart enough to know that if we don't play a good 40 minutes, we're going to lose. So the guys still are playing hard. We're making some mistakes, but that's not because they're not trying and there's not good motivation. We're just making a few too many mistakes at critical times, and we're not playing a full 40 minutes.
Coach,
Go ahead.
Coach, do you have a sort of a post-game routine that you go to after you talk to us? And did that change at all following the loss on Saturday?
No, same routine. There was nothing different.
Could you maybe describe like what you do?
Oh, you just saying right after a game?
Yeah, like
in a
after you
win
talk
or a
to,
loss?
Yeah,
or?
after you talk to us after the game.
Well, right after I talk to you, we're done. We've already met with the team. We've already dismissed the team and come meet with the media, and then we go from there. Usually as a staff, we sit around and kind of hash things out and talk things out, and every now and then we'll get a player individually if we want to visit with him, but we didn't do that the other night. But again, we've been in this business a long time. You can't get too high after a big win. You can't get too down after a tough loss. So you just got to move to the next game.
What are the goals for the balance of this season, would you say?
Win the next game. That's my goal. Have a good practice today and try to win the next game, and let the chips fall where they may. Once we're done with 18 games, once we're done with the Pac-12 schedule, we'll just kind of see where it lays before we go to Vegas. But Again, our staff is still very excited, very fired up. I think the players are. You'd have to ask them, but we still think there's a lot to play for in terms of seeding in Vegas and trying to finish higher and get a better seed when we go to Vegas.
Coach, earlier in the season, Coach Alford talked about how a loss should really motivate the guys to maybe come in on an off day and work by themselves. Do you know if any players came in after the loss on Saturday? Have you talked to them at all?
Not sure. There's, again, I want to make it clear, there's no lack of motivation. I mean, you can visit with all the guys. We've got 11 scholarship guys, and I think they're all motivated to play well and do well. Again, when we get in these situations, and we've been in them where all of a sudden a game kind of turns the way this one turned, that we just, again, it comes down to simple things, but we've got to block out better, we've got to defend better, we've got to contain the ball better. Offensively, we've got to move it better, we've got to make free throws. So I don't think it gets into motivation. These guys want to win. They want to win, but we've just got to play a little bit more seamlessly when games get tight.
Who's been the guy or guys who kind of galvanized the team in tough situations like Saturday?
Ben, you'd have to ask them. We need a little bit more of that. We just, again, we've got a good bunch of guys, but that's something we probably haven't had all year, is maybe that one guy or that two guys. So it's more of a collective effort instead of maybe just that one specific guy.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.